Alright, the stream should be going. Let's get to it. So now we're going to be doing coaching for Blazing Heat. PC player, currently Plat, highest rank Grandmaster. He sent a win screen and win recording and a lose recording. So first things first, we're going to check out some statistics overall for Thor for all seasons. So this guy plays a lot more Thor. This guy's a lower Thor player, right? 90 Storm Surge launch ups is a max. That's just really good. Let's look at the damage average. Even lower than the previous guy, but his best has been higher, right? So that looks overall fine. Let's look at this season and look at competitive specifically. So less competitive play, right? So about 13k damage is what he's doing, right? So let's look at this match here. So first things first, what are the supports? You got Sue and Rocket. They also have Sue and Rocket the entire game, which is good. You guys have double tank. They also maybe had double tank based off stats for decent bit of the game. That's pretty good. You guys definitely have a much stronger DPS lineup than they do, from what it seems here. And from stats, this looks like a little bit of an ego VOD. Damage might be a little bit on the low side, but you could be just getting those final hits and flanking. So let's look at this. Let's look at this VOD. Let's see how we can improve. The game is 17 minutes so long, so let's move up right here.
The battle starts
and Blazing Heat, right? So you guys are pushing. You have Penny.
2, 1.
Okay, I already showed this in my other video, but the way you should be leaving spawn on Thor is, or just in general, just moving around, is jump while you're holding shift, and then as you're dropping down, you start dashing. That way you get maximum value without slowing yourself down, because every single time you jump in this game, you keep your momentum. That's how B-hopping works. Small thing, doesn't really matter that much. But you can see it at the end of the video when I was showing the tech.
You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
So let's see where you're going to go here. You did mention that you were more of a flank player. I like this. Shooting down main. But also, one thing I like is you're not, I hope, you're not aiming at the tanks. You're aiming at this invisible woman there, which is really good, because let's say she takes some damage, she shields herself, you break some of that shield, you're creating actual opportunities here. So it does seem that they're running double tank at the moment. So they have a Penny. So there's multiple ways you can approach this, right? Way number one is you can go from this room with your entire team from here, right? And then shoot down. I don't know how to move. Okay, there we go. Right. And then go into this room here and then shot at this thing for free pretty much. Also get the Groot wall, so he is more vulnerable. And then you can also then walk around from this side using this cover to shoot out this mine. Or if they're running the mine there, same thing, just like use this cover to like flank shoot it. And then you funnel them over here, right? That's, can I? No, I can't, okay. But yeah, you can also clear out a little bit this here so you can have a little bit more space to move back, right? So you're not fully cornered, even though there's like two ways they can like approach you, but you can still use this cover, use this cover, use this cover. There's a lot of cover here. That's one way you can approach it. The other way you can approach it is by going fully flank, right? So your team is decent for that, but you don't have a main tank, right? So you have, as you said, like your friend is a Penny who's flanking here, which we can see, and then you're down main, right? So this is where Thor Penny are both off tanks, especially when she's running flank on attack, so you don't mash up that well. So this is a little bit of a comp issue. I mean, obviously you guys won the game and stuff like that, but like the comp issue comes from the fact that you kind of have to sit there and shoot out main, which is not the greatest, because you don't have anything aside from getting 150 over health to like block their damage. So let's say they had a Phoenix, a Hela, Bucky here is good as well. They can just like shoot down main. You're gonna be overwhelmed, or like a Punisher, right? So you're gonna be doing nothing. So again, you should also be like as I was saying, the two flank angles. So you should also be taking this other flank angle from this side, so that when your Penny is creating pressure from the backside from this angle, you can create pressure from this angle. So they're kind of gonna be at this diagonal rather than just being down here down main, where they have more space to just go. You know, let me actually show you. So if they're here, right, and you're pushing down straight down main, you're just going to walk into the nest, and it's going to be harder to shoot unless you go up here to flank and shoot them, right? While the Penny is setting up from here, they can just like move backwards or move at this angle and completely be secure by still healing and basically just ignore the Penny. If Penny sets up here where the enemy rocket is, they can also still just sit here and then replace the mines behind this cover, and then the Penny's basically useless from the flank angle. But yeah, that's just some meta stuff, not exactly Thor stuff, but yeah. So you can also double flank here, but you gotta be with your team. Nice, get back to the awakening shot. Start shooting. Nice, I like the aim here. I don't know how you didn't get that. I found it. Okay, this is similar to what the other guy was doing, but you actually have game sense of knowledge. You have played Thor enough where you did try to do the combo. You just missed. The thing that I also told to him is try and shift your target before your lightning realm, unless they're actively attacking you, like a Wolverine pulling you or getting to pull you, or Angela pulling you. Mostly Angela, because Wolverine's not. You don't want to be close to it. You want to disengage, right? So yeah, but like I like you need immediately trying to get the combo back fully. So like you're doing fine here.
I'll patch you up.
Yeah, so you see how you're a little bit of a sitting duck because you kind of wasted cooldowns, and you're down main, you know. See now so the reason pressuring the Groot here is good is because he's taking some poke. That's the only time you want to pressure the tanks as well. So as you saw here, the Bucky got a pull, so I want you to do the pull as well here. Perfect. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good cancel. Good. 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 Perfect. Perfectly played. Your Bucky died, but that's on your Bucky, not on you. Your Penny also got a kill, it seems, right? Or was that the other Penny? I'm not sure. Yeah, your Penny, I think. Yeah, they got it very nice. Okay, okay. So let me see this engage again. So you're full awakening. You dash in. So you heard the little Throg over there. When you hit, you already got the awakening back. She didn't need to use the hammer throw. That's a bad use of resources. And then you also lightning ram here, that gets Penny who walks into it. So this is just a useless, like you wasted 2 of your cooldowns. So your cycling of your awakening is going to be much harder to pull off now. And you're also backing up despite, so your Penny dies. So that's probably why you're scared, but their rocket is dead. So their healer is dead. This guy's also out of position. So like, they're all like you know the Groot is dead, right? Their rocket is dead. So you're 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has ult. Almost has ult. Right? So even if she had ult here, you still W key at them because with Bucky and Rocket you can just kill through. Just focus the invis. So you should not be backing up here. And you should not be wasting your cooldowns. That's decent. That's decent. But like this is what confuses me. You dash in, you waste all your cooldowns on a Star-Lord, right? Only to be bullying the Penny. I don't see the logic there. Because like getting your cooldowns back, or like getting the Thor Force back, which is basically a cooldown, is for awakening cycling, you know? So like if you're just gonna shift cycle, just don't do that. Right? This is another thing that I was talking about priority. Once the tank is dead, once you've busted a tank, support. And you know the other support is dead. Walk at the invis, bully her, cut off the healing so your team can deal with the rest of the team. But you're focused on the Bucky here. And okay. A little bit hectic. Right. Nice, nice, good. Good combo. I like that combo as well. I do it myself. So this is a winning, right? You guys roll them pretty much. And then there's probably not much reason to look at the stats here because you did have value. So where your value was, pushing the Groot, the Bucky got the hook, you immediately reacted, you got the kill off of it. It was huge, right? Same thing with the Penny later, big. However, afterwards you kind of got lost, maybe hectic team fights, you were like kind of scared. You're also not cycling your awakening as much as you should be, and you're not prioritizing the correct target. So if you went on the invis there, right, you would have caught up the healing, you would have killed them all quicker, which would have been a lot better because you guys used rocket ult defensively, and say their Groot already started TPing, which is going to happen in a hard lobby, right? Their Groot's going to start TPing, they're going to have support ult advantage because they're going to have 2-on-1, and you guys are going to most likely lose because you already used some ults, right? Like your Bucky ult, right? So that's a little bit of a decision-making thing. Always prioritize the supports. So like hierarchy goes supports, tanks that are out of position, or supports, DPS out of position, tanks out of position, and then everybody else, right? So like you're not gonna chase a DPS during a team fight because they can just get healed. You're gonna focus on the supports whenever you can. If a DPS is out of position, nuke him because you're Thor, and then if a tank is just easily bullied, just bully them, right? Like you were doing with the Groot. So overall, fine. 2 good kills that came off of your plays. I believe your friend also got either 1 or 2 off of just a good positioning and pulled them back. And your Bucky's kind of popping off. This is good. Good aim as well. Poor Groot. Nice. Good. Everything there was good. Nice. This is also great. This is great. Get a little bit more camera movement. It's fine. You need to be a little bit more as a tank player. So this is probably where you're going to be making some of your mistakes because I already saw you earlier to make the same mistake. So the way tanks play, right, with your and I'm from what I'm seeing here, you're mechanically good. So like you got the combos down. Maybe some more practice, you can get better. Obviously, it's your decision making and just understanding of the macro that needs to be fixed here. So like that's kind of easier to fix because that's knowledge, right, rather than just like talent. But what I was gonna say is the way you play as a tank, right, is you have the vision of majority of their team unless they're diving, and you know where your divers are specifically, and you know where your other tank is, right? But you don't know where your backline is, right? You can't consistently be looking back because you're just turning your back to the enemy. That's bad. Just war 101, I guess. So the way you're gonna know if you're in line of sight of your supports, if your supports are able to see you, if you're able to get healing, is by looking at your health. So the reason why you were not getting healed there, right? Obviously, this thing just dropped, right? This thing just dropped. So your teammates didn't have LOS of you. You were pushing up, and they were not with you. Now, this is a mistake on their part. A better lobby support is not going to do that. But the general gist of it, right, is if you take any poke and you don't get any healing, that means your supports most likely can't see you. Either they need to reload, so you got to fall back a little bit, use cover. In this scenario, this cover, so shooting and poking from this here angle, like this, boom, 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 rather than like hugging this corner, because this corner is going to be worse for you to hug than this corner. Always hugging the right corner is better for you because the way the third person mode works in this game, right? So as I was saying, so when you don't get any healing from your supports, the first moment you're getting hit, try to already have in your mind that you're not in line of sight. So try to be holding corners a lot more and not pushing, right? So as you can see here, you know that the enemy team mostly didn't teleport to spawn, to the second spawn, because we can look here. He died when you killed him, right? This guy's there, this guy's there, this girl is there, this girl is there, and this girl's there. So their entire team is there. None of them teleported to the other base. So basically, they're looking to hold this point, right? Usually, this doesn't happen in higher level lobbies because usually the way you get point is by wiping, and everybody goes back so they can immediately reset, or they start holding much further back, which would be around this corner, rather than these corners. Why? Because the cart on this map pushes fully up to here on auto without anybody being near the cart. So like holding this corner is really unsafe because the cart's naturally going to get there. So holding this corner is the thing to do on defense. So yeah, when you're not getting healed, even on a mag or whatever, try to use your cooldowns more defensively and not overextend. Because you were really close to dying there. Maybe a better shot, maybe a headshot, you were going to be dead there. And you're already conceding them so much more space. Because it turns into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus another 5, and their crew's going to be coming back. Not as soon and stuff like that, but you get what I mean. Don't want to be giving up that sort of advantage to your team. And that's how you know, as a tank, when you can take the advantage of that. So now you're getting healed, so now you can get an advantage. Good, overall pretty fine, but your Bucky got another kill. You picked it up, but it was the Bucky who's about to kill. You get what I mean? Nice. Good positioning. This is good. I would like you to ult here. The reason why is you probably can assume that they have a support ult. Just force it, right? Force it. Your card is on auto. Just force the ult, and then dip. It's completely fine. You know your team is here. Like the Bucky's here, the Psylocke's there, the Invis is right around there. So like you can just force your ult and just reset. Or force the Invis ult. Not a bad attempt for a kidnap. Obviously, should have shot that a little bit sooner as well. The rocket should have cancelled it. I don't know what the fuck Rocket's doing. I don't know what you're doing. Why is nobody shooting at the rocket beacon? Okay. We're trying to go for the kidnap. A little bit for the play. You get what I mean with the cooldown usage there? Right, so you kind of dilly-dallied there and did nothing. And basically they're going to get the space back because you didn't make a good play there. You could have also ulted with the Psylocke ult to lower their HP, to stun them, to make sure the Psylocke can get some kills. You could have probably like pushed fully there off of that as well. Nice, this is smart to disengage here. You don't have vision, they have a Bucky. That's a miss, that's fine. A little bit of a waste of cooldowns, that's also fine. This is fine to disengage here. Good, good, great. This is great. Great job. Amazing. That's a Thor player right there. Support ult and just kill him. Nuke him. Awakening. Okay, should have done Awakening a little bit sooner, but I'm going to just show you this because you can get cognizant of this by just looking at it. I'm going to slow it down and just going to let you look at this. Look at your Awakening. Look at your cooldowns. So, 1, 2, 3. Boom. Boom. Right. Really good. You could have pushed him even further. This is really good. So, this is the type of stuff you want to be doing as Thor. Isolate a target and kill a target. Good job. Now nuke the ult. Okay, that's fine. Rocket ult already got forced. Reset. Good, smart. Your team might die here. Good, good, good. This is good feel. Okay, now I want to see you pop the ult. That's fine. Pop the ult. Fine, just pop the ult. Okay, this is a little bit of the prioritization thing. You should be looking at their supports a lot more here, which you're not doing. And you're fully disengaging whenever your Penny dies, which is kind of stupid here, right? You know they don't have any ults and you have an ult. That's a play-making tool for you. You go for it. It's a Penny. Penny doesn't do much, right? So let's look at, for example, let's look at the damage. The Penny has done 2k damage this entire round, right? So like you can definitely make a play without the Penny, just off of your Bucky being a fucking good shot, having 55% accuracy, and just the damage alone, right? Because you know they don't have support ults. You know they don't have a Star-Lord ult. You know they don't have a Bucky ult. You know they don't have a Groot ult, right? So like your ult is there just gonna be, if anything, right? Forcing cooldowns, forcing them further back, regaining space, so you can destroy the nest that this Penny probably has. Sorry, shit. Right, destroying these nests when you push them forward, you're just giving them all of this space back for one reason, because your Penny died, and you're immediately scared, right? Bucky's gonna hook you in, so let's see what happens next. N here, and then shoot. Z. What's this? X? No. Okay, can I get my... Okay, there we go. As I said, your Bucky's a good shot. Their Bucky dies, right? Because they peeked there. So you can see how much more pressure you could have had if you just W-keying there. So this is the macro that you need to be thinking of. And you're still resetting here and being scared and waiting for... See, you're playing a lot more reactively, which is, I believe, the main reason you are not in high elo here. Your mechanics are good. Your general Thor knowledge is good, right? But you're playing reactively. Every single time Bucky hooked or somebody was out of position, you were jumping on them and killing them, basically instantly getting a kill. But you're not driving that. So unless somebody's making a mistake or your team is playmaking, you're just reactively playing, which is not Thor's niche, right? That's much better to be done on somebody like like a mag or like a strange, you know, like somebody's messing up. Let me just shield the heal so they don't get him, you know. So look how far away you are, by the way, because of this consistently moving backwards thing that you're doing. Look how far away you are from the actual fight. You're behind literally everybody. I get that you push them in, but like you should be fighting around this corner the way the enemy team is, and not all the way around this corner. Like look how much space there is here in a fight that you're actively winning. Like that's so, which means their supports are just gonna disengage for free. So if you did what I was saying earlier and just like went for your ult much earlier. By the way, your Thor, you built ult really quickly. I believe your support's ulted twice now. I believe Buck ulted like 16 fucking times by this point, and you haven't ulted yet. I know Thor's ult isn't big, but it's going to create some space, especially in this heal. You're going to be able to nuke a rocket or an invis if you force their jump or cooldowns, you know, first. So as I said, like, look how much, this is an entire team issue, by the way. Look how much space you guys are giving up rather than fighting around this corner where you're going to have an advantage from the start. Let's continue. Okay, my advice, just wait for the fucking spin to, like, finish and then look to dash because they're almost always going to right-click or do the flip after the spin. It's really just fucking hard to hit. Nice kidnap. Do it again. Nice. Do it again. Yeah, you seem to know the regular pace, which is 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3, boom, or one ability, 1, boom, you know? So I think you got the pace down, which is good. Okay, I beg of you, right? Respawning. Was dead. Can we please walk up and create some pressure now? Please. On the supports. No. You got the kill, but no, not the supports. Finally looking at the support, let's go. And you immediately disengage it, despite knowing a kill. Don't be so afraid. You're Thor. You have your ult. You have the, oh shit, I fucked up button. Okay, this is your, so this is the thing. So look at this little sequence real quick. I'm going to replay it. I'll patch you up. With a scratch. Right. So the reason you disengaged is because your HP was consistently between 300 and 400 HP, right? The reason why is, I assume the invis wasn't healing you. Let's check real quick. Are we winning? Right, so she wasn't healing you because of the Groot walls. So you saw the entire little sequence where your HP wasn't going up by much, and you were like hesitant, right? So that's the thing I was talking about earlier. Is like once you're seeing off of your enemies, off of your damage you're taking, you can kind of gauge how aggressive you can be or how passive you can be, right? So this is the thing I was talking about here, and you can actually see it in your mind. It's a little bit slower, but you're still seeing it, right? I mean, you're still seeing it, but like slower in this moment. So like that's the thing you should be looking at even more, and just gauging how aggressive you can be off of that stuff. Armed and dangerous. Yep. I love this combo, by the way. People might not like it, and you already had full awakening, but I love this combo. Just executed even faster. I can show you right after this game. I'll show you the slow combo, just a little bit faster. I already showed it, but like it's just the melee cancel to right click that's gonna do it. Awakening shot. Go on the sports. Go on the sports. Ult sports. Where's your ult? Your ult doesn't do 275. It doesn't do 250. But Bucky's ult gives you a little bit of leeway where you can actually kill with your ult with the Bucky ult. Okay, we're ulting here 100%. Nice. Nice. You hate using that ultimate, don't you? By the way, you guys are going to push now with 1 minute 45 seconds to go. It would have been, while also having 0 deaths on you, 0 on Rocket, 1 on Invis, which is really early, 1 on the DPS, and 3 on the Penny. You see what I'm trying to get at here? You guys are not dying, and you're slow pushing. That's because so many moments before I was telling you go in, pressure, push the supports, and showcasing you how much distance you guys are leaving. You're the tank, you lead the charge. You're the main tank in this duo because the Penny's flanking and holding position and doing, frankly, fuck all. I know this is your friend, but it's a Penny. You know, it's Penny in attack. The fuck is she gonna do? So you're the main tank. So you tell your team we are W king. You don't even have to call it out, right? On voice chat. You can just walk, or like ping, or whatever the fuck. Ping somebody and walk at them. Your team is gonna follow most of the time, and then you can gauge how hard you can engage by that healing stuff that we're talking about, right? So that's your macro being a little bit weaker. And let's say, I don't know, they full hold you in the next round, right? That's because you gave up like 2 or 3 minutes jerking off in empty space for like half a fucking hour. This does seem like a rolling game, but I'm not seeing you get as much value as you should be getting here in a lobby like this where you should be rolling these people off. You're mechanically skilled enough to just like nuke people here. I can tell, right? Like you should, like I can tell by the way you're playing that you can just go into their backline, nuke their supports a couple of times, or like one support. I know you're scared shitless by this Bucky because he can CC you, but the second the Bucky is not there, just to nuke their supports on fucking cooldown. You can definitely do it. Like you're skilled enough. Like don't be afraid to play make. That seems to be your biggest weakness, and the fact that you literally hate your ult. Like, I love that combo right away. I personally love it. Just like dash in, E, melee cancel into the right click. It does so much damage. And like usually you do it when you're low on Thor force because you could have killed this motherfucker by just awakening. But it feels so good because the downtime between your shift ending, your dash, and you using both of those abilities is basically going to give you the awakening right after. You blow up your cooldowns, but you blow up a motherfucker. It feels so good. It's not optimal, by the way, especially not at full awakening, full Thor force. This is cute. Good. Nice. Perfect. Oh my god, this is a perfect play by you. Nothing else to say. Perfect. I'm telling you, bro, you should not be in plat. I know you're a GM peak from like 60 seasons ago. Bro, you should not be a plat player. My brother in Christ, look at this. Look at this little fucking gay ass thing. Just nuke it. Nuke this. Please. Look at it. Just kill it. Yeah, but what happened there is you don't want to be dashing into massive people on Thor because if they're grouped up like that, you're just going to get stuck like you got there. So you usually just want to... that's where you could have done the little dash in, dash out. But even then, that's just going to get you stopped. Also, you walked past the little Penny. I know you can ignore her, but like just shoot her, kill her. Like pull her back in and stuff like that. This is the moment where you go into supports. I hope. I pray. You have your shift. You have your ult. You have your E. Let's go. No. Your Sila goes for them, and your Sila gets 2 kills, which is really good. Now you go in. Nope. Again, the reactive play, playing off of your teammates. That's fine, you didn't have Thor force, you couldn't do anything.
Don't give them another inch. Or else. That's the vehicle. Double kill.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I got a perfect 3 on you right now. It's just your macro. Your mechanics are there. You might not be like a Celestial player or a high GM player yet off of mechanics. But bro, you got it. You literally got it. Like there's like I want to see this defense play because you have a Penny. But like bro, just the macro stuff I'm talking about. It's just game knowledge and game sense. You're gonna be good.
Do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Good. Build up some ult charge. Look to pick up a kill. This is the thing I was telling the other guy. All right, drop down now. Don't be sitting here. Get your Thor force and do it again. Ooh, this is risky. This is risky. By the way, there's so many kills you guys have gotten off your Bucky pulling. What the fuck is this guy doing in this elo? Is he a Smurf? Like, is this guy a Smurf? Like, account? I need to check his account afterwards. But, like, This guy should not be in this elo by any fucking stretch. It's a flag game, bro. What the fuck are you doing there? By the way, I just realized, because I was like, what are you doing? You did not ult once the entirety of the previous round. Right? And I was wondering why your damage is low. It's because you're not using your awakening as much. You're waiting for the reactive plays. And then here you're being proactive for no reason. Like, look at this. You dash in, you're 400 HP, 300 HP, and then you gotta disengage. You could have boxed him there a little bit with awakening, you know? So, like, you're dashing a little bit too much without using actual awakening shots here. And this is the first time you've been aggressive trying to make a play, but it's just you dashing at somebody. This is a bad decision overall. Bad micro, which is usually decent at. Nice, good. Bully him again. Okay, a little bit of a camera movement adjustment there when you do that. Try to like take a little bit of a step back when you push somebody back in, just like a step back so you can like center your camera better, so you can keep doing it easier. Okay, that guy's just lost. Do you guys full hold him here? I don't think so. Nope. By the way, the thing you're doing there is really, really risky. Their entire team can just like look at you and nuke you. You don't want to be doing that. You want to wait for them to like be into this corridor here. And if you're going to be doing that type of stuff, you don't want to be doing it here because like when you're here, sorry, the camera stuff is a little bit annoying in this replay viewer. When you're doing it from here, your supports can't really get to you to save you in any way. You have a Penny, so you don't have a Mag to bubble you, so you're not a Wolverine waiting to do a kidnap. You're Thor or an Angela. So you're kind of just doing nothing. What I like doing is waiting in this little room here. If I'm going to be doing that type of stuff, waiting right around here, around this corner. And then when they walk up here and then push them. Because A, you're going to be able to actually push them into the penny nest here. And B, you're going to be much safer and going to have a good disengage right here when your supports can actually see you from LOS. Like look at this. I'm Rocket. If my Thor is here, they can just like whoop and then heal, and then continue healing everybody else. So that's the specific map style. But like you can kind of try and gauge what I'm trying to get to you here, which is it's not about these specific spots in the specific map. It's mostly about realizing what's going to have value and what isn't in specific situations. So like being an LOS of support is obviously going to have you more value than not. Using cover is going to be more valuable. Not being inside of their entire enemy team is going to be more valuable. So these are little things that work in every single map. It's just different corner, different style, you know. And you go back to the little corner that I was talking about. Good. That's a bad positioning by the Penny. So like the enemy Penny, right? She's frontline pennying, which is stupid, first of all. Second of all, look how easy that was for you. That's the bad positioning from the enemy Penny. Also, one thing I was going to tell, you told me to look at your ally here. Don't play Penny in attack. That's the main advice. Just don't play Penny in attack. Penny on defense, you do this shit. I'm not a Penny player. I think she's boring as all hell. So I'm not going to coach about Penny, but look at Cringe Alarm. Look at his spots, his rollouts. That's about it. That's Penny for you, you know. It's just a boring character, and just I can't really help you with it. But just don't play her in attack. You're not getting any value. Aside from first point flank, which I believe is a Thor you would have done way more with, but Penny can also do it. She's just kind of annoying and good in this spawn hold, so I can't really give your homie much advice there, though. I just feel like he was having zero value, and now most of the value is from your Bucky and from you into the pushes.
Pick up your toys, Midnight.
Never miss.
Okay, how are we going to play this? Okay.
Disappear!
What happened there, bro? Like, genuinely, what the fuck happened there? How the fuck did this motherfucker die? Right? Okay, this truly is plat. Oh my goodness gracious. I would awaken and shoot into. By the way, cool little thing, right? When they support ult like this, right? She is not going to be getting any ult charge from any damage you do, right? This is purely defensive ult, right? They're completely kited. They're not pressuring your point. So what you can do here is just shoot randomly, do any fucking damage. You're gonna get ult charge. She's gonna get 0 ult charge off of it. So it's free ult charge, right? Which is why your Bucky is shooting into air here, hoping to get anything done. Jesus Christ. Right? Well, you didn't get your ult charge.
It's gone now. They're coming from all sides.
This is real fire.
Tunnel vision. Don't do that. When a kill is impossible, back up, instantly reset, awaken, release. Like that just earlier. The second you saw the amplifier go up, you shoot the amplifier, ignore the Moon Knight. Gauge your health, disengage whenever you need to. Look at this HP. Same thing from the first point when I was talking about it, you know, when you almost died. Same thing happened there. Good. Full reset, wait for your HP, wait to know that your supports are healing you, and then go back. If you awakening shot there, or meleeed more, or shifted quicker, you would have actually gotten the kill in this range. Let me just check one more time the cooldowns. Yeah, you should have awakening shot it, and in general, just like track them better with your camera. That's the only thing so far I've seen your mechanics a little bit falter in. I'm gonna check some stats after this as well. That's weird. Okay, surely we ult this round, right? Not right there, but like this round.
Good news. I got the box.
The moon haunts you.
Ah, your Bucky died. Thanos died. Nice little push. But again, you are not focusing their supports at all, which is a reason you're losing some of your games, I assume. I'm gonna look at the loss quite soon. Because like there isn't much more to see from here. I feel like your Bucky is just Thanos. And look, the enemy Strange directly targets a support.
Disappear! Shields up!
And you're back to the tank, right? Nice, first ult of the game. I don't know if that's gonna. Let me see something, because I wanna check something with this ult. Let me just see. Right. One thing that happened there that you can see. I'll play it one more time, just slower. Maybe that's a little bit too slow, but it's fine. When you Thor ult, you can press 2 buttons, one to go up, one to go down. If you press either of those buttons, your ult slows down. And so look out there, you go up, and then you're slightly moving down. This is slowing down your movement, which ends up you not getting to this spot here, which would have killed these 2 people as well, right? So that's a little bit of just like Thor thing. Something that happens to me, I have it bound to alt. I don't know what you have it bound to. Let's check. But yeah. I thought that happened earlier, like when you were actually doing the ult. So, ooh, this is sexy. So yeah, it is ult for you as well. So the ult button, right, is gonna lower you down, but it's gonna slow you down. So you know how I don't know if you've ever played Storm, but the little circle she has around with her shift, I believe it's shift. That one goes. It shrinks down around her when she goes up. It's like a big sphere around her rather than a circle. Yours is a circle. It's the exact same diameter, regardless of your height, right? So you don't need to go up or down unless. So going up is to make it harder for your enemies to hit you. Going down is to go down underneath some stuff so you can like, you know, wiggle your ass down there. Otherwise, you don't need to press those buttons ever. You just W key. And as I said, like, if you kept not going down here, where you notably slow down, look at this. just this little bit distance, you could have just hit here and he killed all 3 of them, which would have been even bigger value ult. So that's a little thing. So sometimes what happens when you're ult tabbing, the alt key for some reason gets stuck as an input here, and then you just automatically do it. So I don't know if that's what happened, but just a general advice. And this is again your mistake of going for the first person in front of you. A little bit of tunnel vision, a little bit of micro that could have been better, which is go on the sports, go on the sports, go on the sports.
What battle can continue without Thor?
I'm gonna speed this up for the rest of the fights here, because I feel like unless you do something that I need to pause.
Shielded from harm.
So this is the thing that I was saying earlier, not to hold this corner, but hold the corner behind.
The wrath of Asgard.
Because look, the card is auto pushing.
The moon haunts you.
Right, so you're not stopping the card. See, it basically auto pushed all the way to your hold point, right? So you're holding around this corner, which is super easy to... Okay, free cam. You're pushing around this corner, which is really easy to pick through. Or just go from this direction, just destroy the mines, destroy any flanks and stuff like that. And then you can just like easily fight you from open space here, or flank around here, which is something you don't want. So like this is why you don't hold this corner, you hold this corner and just like poke around this corner. You push them later on down to this corner when you can. Damn your Bucky's fucking main character syndrome.
We've got trouble.
That's a smart disengage. So what I want you to do here is go to this Thor. Not this Thor. Your Rock is ulting as well, right?
Never miss.
No? Yeah. Okay. So what I want you to do here. Oh shit! I missed the fight you did. Our play did. What I would want you to do here is get your awakening with your right click and your melee off this guy, and then shoot this and play this cover or the other cover around this corner. Let's see what you do.
Never miss.
You utilize the little trap your mate set up. That's actually good. Good value. This Hawkeye does love the penny traps. He's like, you know, like flies to light. But yeah, this is not what I would be doing. I would be destroying their amplifier and then pushing down their supports. You are getting kills because their penny's walking at you for no reason. But yeah, I don't feel like I'm gonna be getting much more information from this replay here specifically. So I'm gonna look at some other stuff and look at the other the loss that you guys had. So yeah, as I said, like the way you were playing there was around your penny friend, who obviously got a lot more value in the defense because that's penny. You don't like ulting. How many kills did you get with your ult that game? 2. So that was the one that we saw, and then 1 later as well. So look how good your awakening accuracy is. You should be a lot more confident in using that. Just getting a lot more damage, a lot more value, especially on supports. You want to be diving the supports. It's just macro in general for you, and a little bit of micro stuff. So first thing I'm going to go for, just to show you quickly, just really quickly in practice range, just one little thing that you can easily improve on. This is such an easy thing for you to improve on. So just a little bit of camera stabilization, right? So you're doing this type of stuff, right? You're doing this, and you're kind of just like losing them like this, right? I just like, you even saw me doing there because just like second nature. Doing something like this, and you're just like backing up, already gives you a lot of value. Same thing if you're playing Angela, for example. If you want to play her, you do something like this, and you like little bit just reset back, so you can have better vision of your opponent. Same thing you would do in Wolverine, for example. If you're just gonna do like this, like a kidnap, you're like this, right? So you're not running into them, you're not moving your camera around. So it's just same thing that I've noticed that you do when you're awakening shooting, right? You do this, right? You properly aim it and you just like center the enemy, right? But when you're doing this, you kind of just lose control over it. I think that might be you getting used to the like the new change, right? Right?
Adversaries gather.
So something. And another thing I was saying, the combo I like doing that you like doing is I'm dashing to them. See? I need to get this. So at the same time, left click, right click. The way you're kind of doing it is kind of like this. Right? So you can just more damage quicker. Right? What the other guy was doing this and then this, right? The thing you should be doing is just this. Much more optimal. Really small thing, right? So when you're dashing on somebody, right, and you want to do this,
Lightning can fight.
I shouldn't have.
Strike
Oh
him
my
in.
goodness.
Quicken the rage
Triple
of
KO.
That's the combo,
Awaken
right?
fury
That
and
you want to be
strike the
doing. You
foe.
just got to do it a little bit
Our
more.
adversaries
Sit in practice range a little bit, and just like practice the combo. So it's dash in, melee, boom, 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 die.
Mjolnir
Right?
strikes a heavy blow.
So what it is dash in or to them this, melee E, melee cancel here, awakening, 1, 2, 3 shots, and then you can also finish it off with a boom. Okay,
Awaken
sorry,
fury
this thing that I was showing
and strike the
later.
foe.
For a quicker burst kill like this.
Wrath of Asgard.
Oh shit, I messed it up. Oh, I keep messing it up. They did change a little bit. You can still do it, just gotta delay it a little bit.
Hammer down.
Oh my god.
Fury burns.
Right. I think I got it there, but I'm not 100% sure.
Laid low
Basically, at the same
by
time, the
lightning.
awakening, I was doing it perfectly last room. 1, 2, 3, boom. Right, there you go. So basically, just the melee and the last awakening shot come out at the same time, and you can also get this off if the cooldown allows it. So yeah, the thing that I was talking about when it comes to the ult, right? So this is me ulting
Beholds the god of
regularly,
thunder.
just under or what is this, like
Our
5,
adversaries
10,
gather.
15 meters, and then this is
Beholds
while
the
holding
god
spacebar.
of thunder.
About 5 meters less, right? So that's kind of what happened to you. You went like descended and then just lost all that momentum. That little, and you needed like about this little more space to get like 3 kills there. Okay, let me check out your loss code. Favorites, match replays. Boom. Right, so let's see here. Wait, this is so you TP'd for TP'd for touch. Your friend was playing rogue as well. Nice. Really good support picks there. You had better backline. They had triple support though, and they had 2 tanks, so they were gonna be doing well there. Your damage is better. I would still like it to be much higher as well. So still low deaths. You do play your life a little bit. Oh, you also had triple support. Oh, with double thanks. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to check. Wait, let me go to your account real quick. Shit, wrong thing. Let me go to your account real quick. I need to check if that Bucky from that game was this the game or was the game Clintar? Oh, I can't. Okay, I can just do this, I guess. You're Bucky. Yeah. Can I see his level? 81. Okay. What the fuck? That guy looks like a Smurf. I don't know. He plays like a Smurf. I'm surprised he's in plat. Anyways. Let's check out this defense. 3-2, 70 minutes. Obviously, we're not going to go through all of it now. So let's see the differences that you make in a loss versus a win, right? Let's see how much that impacts stuff. And you did mention that both you and the Penny were
The
trying
battle
to
starts
flank.
in 5, 4,
Right, so you're in defense
3,
here.
2,
Same thing with the Penny.
1. You have
Triple support on your side. On their side, double support. So you guys have a disadvantage at getting the first support ult, which means you should not be poking as much. You should be diving more here.
to stop them from
Playing off of the
securing the
Hellas.
mission area.
Awaken the rage of battle.
This is still fine because you don't have the information.
I will complete.
This is fine.
Whoever they are, they don't look friendly. Come, my minions. They're on your tail. I like the cold.
Yeah, this is your bread and butter with your buddy. I can see, which is genuinely fun. I don't know what was this con doing. Oh, he DC'd. Okay, that's unfortunate. That's gonna cost you guys a little bit. Where's your friend? Right behind you.
Oh, no, not Jeff. He was
Right, let me see what your friend does here.
the best little
Time for some
Alright, that's good.
fireworks.
I'm hurt.
My power.
So, I like that you wanted to peel the magic here, right? But the issue with that is you're leaving the penny to be solo frontlining, considering one of your supports died and the other support DC'd and now is Bucky for some reason. So yeah,
Bros.
Take a look behind.
basically what I was trying to say is you're gonna get broken here pretty easily. So what your friend should have done is one of two things: realize the support's dead, another support is dead, back up, reset the penny nest, and go into this corridor until you guys can create some pressure with support. So like use this cover, and then reset, go in. Also, there's a little cool thing for your friend that where you can like hide your nest like here behind this pillar, and then just use the webs to like actually hold this choke around here rather than this choke. That's for penny players. For you, like good job, go on the support, please. Focus on the tanks.
Double KO.
Our adversaries gather.
I have suffered severe damage.
'Twas but a scratch.
Never thought I'd be sad to see Duck get defeated.
Yeah.
And the bad guy.
A nice deep freeze. We lost their shields.
I don't feel like I'm that interested in looking much further into this match. Main reason why is I feel like the same mistakes you were making before, you're already making. The reason they're not actually showcasing their impact is because you don't have. They weren't showing as much impact in the previous game is because you don't have the Bucky who is server adminning in your lobby. You are a tank on defense who is chasing a Star-Lord who's way more mobile than you, who's already in Narnia, right? Like, look where he is. Look where you're chasing him. Like, look at this. Like, you're over there chasing in air, right? And then you reset, go back, right? Meanwhile, your Penny, who can't hold position solo, is getting rolled over, and their entire point is free, right? They have so much value to just get your Penny, your Luna here is. While there's zero pressure on this thing, there's zero pressure on their supports, there's zero pressure on anything. Like, look at you doing here. Look at this.
I made
Like, look how lost you look, just trying to bully tanks instead of going to the support. Look at this. You're just not playing with your team at all. You were like so lost in this entire thing. So that's kind of what I'm saying is I feel like your mechanics are not the issue. So there's like not much to work around the mechanics. Your main issue is going to be decision making. I want to watch the attack here because you did say both of you flanked and you don't know what to do. So we can look at what you could have done. But yeah, as I was saying, like I believe this entire thing that's happening here is mostly going to be just decision making. You're ignoring the supports instead of dying the supports. That's your number one issue. And then number two, you're focusing too much on the tanks and just like feeding all charge, right? So that's some stuff that I was already telling you mostly in the previous game. So let's check out what's gonna be happening here.
We sure a long way from the Big Easy.
all you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Come, dine with me in Valhalla. I am barely wounded. Our adversary.
So you did tell me, right, that your entire team was looking to flank here? Let me
Together.
check. Right. Let's see what's happening here. So you have the Namor looking to flank. Interesting. You have you and the supports in main. Right, so you have 3 people flanking and you're down main solo. Right.
I suck.
Oh yeah.
I'd be sad to see Duck get
So there's 2 things you could have done, right? You and the team could have already could have talked about this. I don't know what the comms were like. And then you should have also been with them over there on the flank. You should not have had a Luna, but had a Jeff or a Rocket. They can actually kill through that choke. Because right now you're the only one getting support, and your team is just like flanking 2 fights. Another thing is you're shooting down the tanks, right? So you're not taking an off angle, what you can be doing on Thor in this specific map. That was weird. Jump up here. Kill this because it's convenient, because he plays it poorly. Come over here and then also help with the flank. Because you can have cover, you can disengage, you can engage, right? So like you shooting down main here at the tanks, just building ult charge, and like look 22, 21, 24, 14, and 18, right? So like they have triple support and they're getting the ult charge much quicker. What your friend is doing here is completely fine. The other 2 people are kind of just I don't know. But yeah. Good job with the Luna here. Right. Awakening cycle here. I'm going to show you this in practice range right after. So 1, 2, cancel, shift out. 1, 2, cancel, shift out. I'll show you what I mean right after. And you would have lived there 100%. You would have lived there 100% if you did that. Right, so your friend is not flanking in here. You should be flanking, right? They do have triple support, but you can take a lot of space here. Do you guys push? Yeah. But you almost realize that there's a flank spot there.
We are undefeatable! See them? Right there.
Okay. I'm not going to continue watching this because there's obvious issues you have. I pointed them out in your ego WOD where you were winning, right? So, as I explained, right? Your main issue is the micro and macro. Your mechanics are decent. You just got to be more confident on when you utilize them. Let me see your awakening accuracy here. It's also decent still. So, as I was saying, so your mechanics are good. They're good enough, more than good enough for this elo, right? So that's 100%.
My brother
What you need to work on
not just Asgard,
is who you are going to be targeting. You are targeting their tanks too much and just like spamming this and just not getting enough value out of it, right? Because you're building ult charge. And you're looking for this. You're just looking for this the entire match. You're just looking to do this the entire match, right? Which I get it. It's neat. And you can do some nice value off of it, especially with a Penny team up. But then you are just doing nothing other than doing this. At this point, just play Angela or Wolverine, right? Why? Because, like, Angela's going to be just more mobile. Just go up high like this, right? Just wait. Find an opportunity. Boop. You can have a much bigger distance, much easier. And then you can push him again as well. Keep him CC change, right? If that's what you're going to be looking to do, right? That's not what Thor is meant to do, even now with the changes, where he's actually able to do the mini kidnaps. But, like, just going on a high ground like this, like the off angle on that map that I was showing you. Just shoot at the supports like this. Even if you miss like half of your shots, they're going to be looking at you. They're going to be like, oh my god, Thor shooting at us. And then you just boop, out, right? So, another thing I was saying, telling you. I'm just waiting for my overhealth to decay, right? So when you're Thor and you're getting damage and boom, 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 you just go like this. That's 150 plus you're continuously getting damage. That's another 75 HP overhealth that you're just going to keep getting value out of. And then you still have your right click, have your E. You can do another awakening cycle and then do that again. That's another 150 plus 75, which is another 450 total HP effectively and distance making, right? So you're just sitting there and just like hoping your healer heals you by just doing this. Yeah, that's just not something you have to do every single time. With the awakening changes that you can cancel it now, right? Right? You can just go boom, 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 boom. The second your overhealth is done, dash, melee again, dash again, or full combo awakening again, oh, arrow health is down. I do this. I melee, but not the jump. I melee this, and then I can do it again. You know what I mean? Just cycle your cooldowns. It's cycling awakening, especially into a thing, for example, or Hulk, right? But Hulk you want to stop, but thing specifically, you can just like do this, and then when your over health is low, just like cancel, use any of these abilities, and then awakening cycle again. So yeah, focus the supports more, isolate, actually flank. You were not flanking, especially not in the first game at all. You were just reactively playing, and reactively playing is rarely going to get you to a higher rank, because
4 in a row.
you gotta be making some sort of plays, right? Even on a Magneto, right? When you're a Magneto and you're just like doing this, you're just shooting somebody, right? When you see an isolated player, you just flop him like that. That's creating some value, right? Or when an enemy tank is over pushing, you just block the heals. That's proactively making a play, and not just reactively, like being reactive. Looking to bubble somebody or bubble yourself and continue the combo is also, you know, proactive. And sometimes, right? Let me just build my ult charge. There's a cooker right, huh? Sometimes you don't have to reactively ult on mag. You usually do, but sometimes you can just like go actively like this, right? Even if you miss your ult, you're just denying heals and stuff like that, right? So like, there's stuff you can be doing proactively, especially in like a Thor character, right? Like there's two healers doing something, right? I'm already in a flank angle, I'm looking at them, right? I'm like, oh look, a support. I can just like boop, boop, and just kill them, right? Quickly, boom, boom, boom. They're dead. Rather than just like shooting down at the tanks, right? Which is just giving you no value. Or just trying to consistently just like basically just do this, right, without actually getting value. I did already show this in a previous game where I was actually creating value off of that and not just pushing, and pushing when I don't have a penny or stuff like that. And not reactively doing it, but like once you start thinking about actively making plays rather than proactively, like for example, seeing somebody like a rogue there, but like imagine I'm a little bit closer like this, and then pushing them, right? And then pushing them, right? Rather than just being like, oh, they're pushing at me, and then push. Or like, oh, Bucky hook, well, let me push, right? Which is how we were getting a lot of your plays. Which is good. React to your teammates' good plays, but also look to make some of your own. Because that's... You're not always going to have a server admin Bucky who feels like he's a smurf, which he isn't for some reason. Who's going to be doing as much as that Bucky was doing. The old tech that I mentioned, the melee tech, I think mechanically you're good. You're sound pretty much, so like that's not something we need to fix. And yeah, just focus on the supports. That's the micro and the macro stuff we talked about, like the health charge and stuff like that. Overall, I'm pretty impressed by your mechanics, and I can so easily see you climbing up, getting better, just off of just the micro and the macro even more so. But the little micro, like, oh, this is how I should be making this play rather than this, or oh, that's a support, nuke him, right? And stuff like that. But yeah, I think in general that's pretty much it. I think you can definitely improve a lot. Yeah.